And it's interesting because it's the time when Srila Prabhupada was no longer addressed to Swamiji. She says, on one particular afternoon, I was sitting in front of Swamiji's desk taking dictation when Guru Sundar came to the door. He was standing in the open doorway asking Swamiji some questions about his Sanskrit studies. Swamiji, I've been learning prefixes and suffixes. I was wondering, is it all right to call Govinda Dasi Ji? Is that okay? Swamiji surprised us with his response. He said, no, Ji is a very third-class form of address. You should not call her Govinda Dasi Ji. It is not very good, not a very first-class form of address. So Govinda Dasi says, my eyes grew wide, and I explained. Well, then, how come we are calling you Swamiji? That's the G tacked on the end. What is a better way to address you? Swamiji very humbly said, oh, it is not very important, not a very big thing. I protested, oh, it is a very big thing. To us it is very important. We want to address you in the most respectful and first-class manner. Again, Swamiji quietly and humbly said, that's okay, it is not important. But I insisted, please Swamiji, please just tell us what we can call you. That is the most respectful. We want to honor you in the best way possible. Swamiji's humility was certainly very praiseworthy, but I was determined to find out the best possible way of addressing him. Since I was unrelenting, Swamiji finally said, well, yes, Gurudev is nice, or Guru Maharaj is also good, and Srila Prabhupada is also nice. Slightly exasperated, I exclaimed, but that's 3 names. Which one is the best? Which of the 3 do you prefer to be called? He thought for a minute, and very quietly and humbly replied, Srila Prabhupada is nice. Greatly relieved, I announced, yes, from today you shall be known as Srila Prabhupada. I was very happy to know from him the most respectful way he could address him. Then I proceeded to inform all the devotees that Swamiji wanted us to address him from now on as Srila Prabhupada. I contacted Satsvarup Maharaj as well as others, and also sent letters out to other centres. So from May 1968 in Boston, Swamiji became known all over the world as Srila Prabhupada. We just mentioned before how Shamsundar carved not only the deities for San Francisco, the Jagannath deities, but also the Jagannath deities for New York. So Brahmananda says, when Shamsundar made the Jagannath deities in San Francisco, he actually made a set for New York too. And Swamiji brought them. He personally brought them with him on the plane. I remember we picked up the Swamiji at the airport, and when he went to get his luggage, he had 1 or 2 suitcases. And we got those. But then he said, no, there's more. And then these big wooden crates came down the chute. And Swamiji said, those. We had no idea what was in them. We didn't even ask. They were large-sized Jagannath deities. We sat with him for a while, and then he said we could open the crates in the other room. According to his instructions, we opened the crates and took out the deities. We did not even know what they were. And Hayagriva was making jokes. These look like some Native American totem pole. We were trying to figure out which one went on top and which was on the bottom. Which one of the 3 had to be connected, and so on. And then Swamiji came in and saw us joking. He turned around and said, this is God. We all just fell straight on the floor and offered our obeisances to the deities. This is how Swamiji taught us deity worship. All he had to say was, this is God. Since it's Rathayatra tomorrow, This is Srila Prabhupada at Rathayatra in New York. And he's speaking to Tripurari Swami. Tripurari Swami says, parading down Fifth Avenue with Lord Jagannath was the fulfillment of a really lifelong ambition. I was sitting with Prabhupada once, or in Mayapur, and he turned to me and he said, Prabhupada said, when I was a young boy, I wanted to perform Rathayatra. And so my father got me a Rathayatra cart. And Prabhupada was looking at me like he was about a 6 or 8 year old boy. He said, everybody thought it was just a play, Rathayatra. Then he touched me like this with his hand, and he said, but it was real. It was real. He said, I used to go to sleep in my bed with the Rath cart next to me. In the night I would wake up and reach out to make sure it was there. He said, in this way, from my childhood, I was performing Rathayatra in a small way. And now I'm doing it in a big way all over the world. His ambition as a young boy was to take the train from Calcutta to Puri so that he could go to the Rathayatra in Jagannath Puri. What an ambition for a child. Such a pure ambition on his part that Lord Jagannath fulfilled it. Such a pure ambition on his part that Lord Jagannath fulfilled it in such a grand style. You know, there's a growing phenomenon here around the manor. We're starting to have devotee reading groups. There's one practically every day of the week. Different devotees have a reading group in the house. Up to 8 or 12 devotees sit around and we pass Prabhupada's books around. And everyone takes turn reading a page or so. And we comment or ask questions amongst each other and discuss. You could say churn the nectar, trying to understand what's this particular point mean, what's Prabhupada saying here. And there's one at the manor every Wednesday. There's one at Kishore's house every Tuesday. Hari has one every Thursday. There's one every Monday in what's his name? Garston. What's the devotee's name? Giovanni, yes, Giovanni's house. So it's a growing thing. So reading these books, Prabhupada's pastimes, Prabhupada's books in the association of devotees, it's actually, it seems to me at least, it goes a lot deeper than just reading it myself. You can be very reflective in yourself, but when you share it with devotees, you're actually sharing association with the devotees. And sharing our insights, sharing insights is a very important part of our progressive spiritual way.